Alright, so let's get started putting together the wiring for this. I'm going to use XT60 connectors here, and what I do is I like to use two connectors. This one is going to be a placeholder for our plug-in. This is going to plug into our battery. This one represents our battery. That's our positive, as it says there on the top, and that's our negative. So we're going to wire up the red wire on the top here and the black wire on the bottom, put some heat shrink on there, and then we're going to attach this to the board. So I've got a little vice grip here I like to use to kind of hold things in position while I'm working with them. I'll try to do this so that the camera gets the angle on it. I've already got that pre-tinned, so I'm going to pre-tin my wire here first. So I've got, what else will we use? We'll get some flux for the end of the wire here. So just put a little bit of flux on there. Helps draw the solder into the wire. And since I've got my flex pin out here, I'll add some flux, to the other black wire. So that one's got flux on it as well. Alright, let's go ahead and pre-tin this wire. Just gonna put a little bit of heat on there. Let the solder start to flow into the wire there, get it good and heated up. There we go, that's a nice tin job there. Tin the other side as well. Let it heat up nicely. The solder in there. That looks nice too. Get myself some more wire here. We might as well do the black one since we're here. We'll pre-tin that. And this is a 14 gauge wire that I'm using here. Silver strand, 14 gauge. That one looks good. Some solder on this side. Get it to flow in there. Let it heat up real nice. And that I'm happy with too. So, next, I'll try to lay this out so you can see it on the screen there. I think you can. We're going to put our red wire right on there. Let's see if I can do it like this. Alright, so I'm going to put the red wire right on there, right on the positive side. I'm just going to start applying heat. Remember, I've got that other side of the connector connected. That keeps it from melting out of position while I'm applying the heat here. Starting to get a little hot on my fingers. Yep. So alright, here we go. Heat that up real good. top side here. Get this black wire on here like that. Get some solder ready to go. Let's see if I can do this one holding it. Add a little bit of solder just to get the heat to distribute. Very nice. So we got our black wire on there. We got our red wire on there. I'm happy with those solder joints. Pull on them a little bit. Well, the plug came unplugged, but this is just a placeholder to keep things from melting inside and to kind of distribute the heat a little bit. So now we'll take our heat shrink. Put our heat shrink over both ends here, just like that. Grab my heat gun. I think I got enough. Well, not quite enough. But I'm going to hold this here. I think you can see it. My heat gun is just out of frame here. Heat that up a little bit, and then I heat it up a little bit, and I push them down into the receptacle. And there you go. Now we got a nice clean heat shrink on there, and our wires are attached to our XT60 connector.